You know, I'm telling you something. I'll be personal. I'm lucky I'm not getting annihilated. Annihilated. Yeah, I got a bleeder. Yeah, I have too much, whatever this freaking thing is. Core. Okay, we got a lot of core. Okay, Tony Pistachio. Sit down, Bubba. Tony Pistachio. Hold on a second. All right, got a lot of core. All right, but you know what? Look at a stock like VMC. Lay down. Come in. Get in. Come on. Get a margin call here. Momentum stocks, they're not going to see anything until this abates. You look at everything accrued. LYB Chemicals. Look at this thing. CE. Celanese. Do you know what it is? Get to know it because it's going higher with or without you. Banged up, man. VFC. Look at this thing coming. By the way, coming down to tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. The N1. Everybody, what's the cheesy cliche? Keep some powder dry. VFC. There's the daily. There's the weekly. Oh, it's a beautiful sit up. You know how, like in Top Gun. Yeah, I'll show you. Hold on. Where is this thing? Like this. See this? No. Right here. This image. And you know how they lock in? How it's locked in? You know, like in Top Gun boot, you know, one thing comes and it goes red. This right here. It took me a long time to make the point. I apologize, but I got too far. VFC weekly, VFC daily. Now, maybe crude pulls back on the proverbial Friday. Maybe, it's a possibility. No matter what day it is. That's going to pop. It's there for a trade. Do I think VFC is going to go back into the to the 20s? Probably not. That's something we're going to lock in. Certain things like that. Isn't it holding the 200-day, everybody? The answer is yes. Aren't those that have been the safer trades? Also the 50-day? Yes, Mike V, it has. VFC, watch locked and loaded. You listen. All right, now, I'm going to say something this. Obviously, CF, and these are the plays. Okay? Or had been the plays with crude going up and the fertilizers, all that other stuff. Now, I feel a certain way about a couple of chemical stocks as I did about Moss. I didn't take Moss last night because I'm like, well, Moss is a laggard and it's still below the 200-day. And the other ones, CF and NTR, are basically still ripping. So I didn't take the laggard. Now, with these chemical stocks, and I personally think crude is going to go up a little bit more, by the way, at least they'll get me out of the trade. If I do go long them, I think they're at least going to let me get out of the trade. I'm not saying it's going to continue up to 150, 200 a barrel. I have no idea. Coach probably has a very better idea than I do. Sorry about that English. I digress. Okay, chemicals. All right, we're leading with LYB and CE. Now, I don't even want to look at them, but I bought a bunch of HUN. And then I bought a bunch of CC, the laggard chemicals. Now, granted, there might be hopefully still a mean reversion in this type of inside the sector. And, you know, I can get the charts look okay. You know, I'm throwing, you know, I mean, I'm hoping they pull them off. HUN and CC pull them off. Both chemical plays with the catch-ups. Like CF is the LYB. And Dow Chemical is to what like NTR is. You know, hopefully Moss pulls a freaking CC. You know, I think you get the picture. I finished that comparison well. Gold and silver at the lows, US dollar at the highs. Bastards. Gold. I posted it. I didn't, by the way. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I wish I didn't have what I have. You know how I've been in this business for so long. I feel like the guy from Scarface. What's his name? The dealer, Frank. I've been in this business so long. By that, I don't want to be. I have to, by being practical. If I didn't, the positions that I have now when I enter them, no, that's the problem. Look at the CF. They can't get enough of it. Why not? Why not? Look, page CF page. What's this thing? LYB, ADM. Somebody asked in the room. Still probably going higher. Dow Chemical, B. You know what B is? The old Barrick Gold, by the way. They're going in for some Wells Fargo. Understandable. They're going for a bank and they go for Apache. There you go. That's the new list. That's the new list. ADM. CF is now SanDisk, like I said. ADM is now like AXTI. LYB. That's the new iron. Tony Pistachio is snoring. This guy, does he understand what's going on in my portfolio? And he's snoring? Okay. Freaking dog snoring. Arrogant. LYB. Do I only have one person? LYB. Here go. Everybody's mad at me. Sherry, she's mad at me with the XQO. I knew that would happen eventually. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? It's all right. We'll remember that. We'll remember that. Comes time to real where the warriors are. All right. No problem. How about this one? Why can't you be along this? What was the name of Fred Flintstone's dog? Those boomers or Gen Xers? Dino. Wasn't it Dino? What's wrong with Dino here? Where's J-Norm? J-Norm should be all over this. DINO. There's the daily. There's the weekly. Oh, my Lord. How'd that NN work out, by the way? Yeah, okay, Mike V. Everybody's mad at me for QXO, but the market's getting annihilated, and I'm giving you NN. Did it freaking 18. Okay, Sherry. I own it too. Do you have NN? Do you have NN? Oxy. You should have Oxy. You have QXO. You know what I mean? It's a loser for me. Pissed off as hell. But it was a bleeder. I'd rather it have news and let it shake out and move on than just have the slow move. I don't like the slow move. It's excruciating. Same thing's happening with this. Well, nobody's hearing me. Can you hear me now? Oh, my volume was off. They just had to. Messed up. Well, there we go. You know what? They even got the Sunrise Trader. Losers are part of the game. They don't bother me either. Except for QXO. I know that my win-loss race is going to be just. I am too. That's why I take stocks into economic numbers. Okay, thank you, Juice. Juice, what can I do for you? You know, guys, I'm not infallible. You know, I throw out a lot of ideas here. I put them what? You know, I'm not being defensive. Nobody's causing you to be defensive. But when you throw out a lot of things, the more you throw out, the more your win-loss ratio dissipates. That's how casinos stay in business. You know what I mean? So, everybody's got to know their style and know what type of environment they're in. SPY, got no opinion. Got no opinion on the SPY. You want to know why I have no opinion on the SPY? It's basically chart derivative. It's to me a term that we use a lot in TradeGateHub is the word binary, and to me the SPY is either the actual just the price of whatever that this SPY is, or it's I don't know what's weighted and what drives what. It's not equally weighted. So most of the time, unless you really know the breakdown, which I don't, you're not going to get paid appropriately. It is tough market conditions. As a matter of fact, I got a bad feeling. It just hit me. A bad feeling. My dog's snoring, and I got a bad feeling. Thanks, hold on. Now, this is the problem. As I take a lap. Seriously, this is the problem. One of my most articulate statements. When is the market going to be in trouble? When the rotation stops. It's the day when crude goes to maybe if it does, which it goes to maybe 120, 130, maybe it goes to 150, and Chevron and Exxon are down. That's when they wipe the board out. You hear me? I didn't make that up, by the way. I repeated that it's an amalgamation of everybody that I know. And I just paraphrased. Do you hear me with that one? Do you agree? If you don't, please. It's the day when it's the day when the commodities go crazy and the momentum stocks still aren't bouncing and the commodity stocks are going up and then reverse to go negative. That is going to be the washout. Or hold on, the continuation down further. Please let that sink in. I didn't make it up. Not that I should apologize. I'm not smart enough to do it. DINO trade. I brought it up. DINO trade. TT. Toddler. What happened to Miser? What happened, everybody? I know it's difficult. DSO. I know. Listen, guys. It's not that difficult. All right. You know what's going on. It's you against you. You got this freaking fire in the room outside of my relatives that root me on. If they do, I doubt it. You got this far in the room. You're halfway there. Trust me. AR, what's wrong with this thing, right? Hello? We've been liking this thing. This AR has been on the list. I know J Norm, Sherry, SG haven't been in the room that long. Maybe some of you, they're not speaking up, which I'm pissed about. I'm not mad about losses, like Sunrise Trader said. I'm missed that people aren't speaking up. There's the AR weekly. There's the AR daily. Do the biggest moves come at the end? Sure. Is there juice left in the punch bowl on this one? I have no idea. They're going in with calls aggressively. They were going in with calls aggressively for the past couple of days in CF, and it's still going on here. All right. Sometimes it's not going to work, and sometimes they're going to pull back with traders. Net. They work overtime. Right. I'm sick of saying it. But I would do a responsibility for anybody, just that one person that might be new, that doesn't know what we're doing. They might know now. VIX calls off the board, rare. This is bad. I have a bad feeling. I don't want to sway anybody. I don't know, man. Another page of VIX. Another page of VIX on the Jesus feed, too. There's look at this. He can't even fit enough in. He has to fit in a quad of VIX posts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miser, good to see you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Really, I mean it. I like your ideas. And you got a sense of humor.
Sorry, sir, to interrupt. You stop sharing your screen.
Thank you, Jose. You're paying attention. I hope you're learning something, Jose. You're looking for a clerk, and I pay 6 figures. You learning
Yes.
anything?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me know when you want to start. We're making big money. Kramer. Okay. Let's talk with the screen says local administration. Thank you, Sherry. At least we're official. One thing we are is we do things the right way, even though I'm facetious. I'm a New Yorker and a joke. We are. I'm telling you, the firm. Dotting I's and cross T's. Understand. I don't want a North Vietnam situation. I was absent that day at school. That will be terrible. Things would be getting totally out of hand. It matters is safety. Okay. He's not even talking about stocks anymore. So this is what, at least this is what Jim Cramer is saying something to me on a second and third tier level to us. Okay. Not saying Oracle's hanging in there. It's so outside of the stock market that he's talking about, lives now. And I know this feed. I don't know. That doesn't mean the market's going up or down, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. All right, let's get back to it. Price action is all we care about. Right, guys? This could be the same. I mean, I'm very sensitive to what's going on. I'm going to watch the news. I'm going to say a prayer, maybe shed a tear. But to me, what's going on in the market could be just as the same as, going an economic number. It's not really, earnings season, it's kind of abated. So let's treat it that way. Rotate. Suppose, God forbid, there was a pandemic. Why ever these relative stocks? Hold on. Let's get out of this. You know what? Let's get out. I've seen enough. Seen enough. Yeah. $46,000 today. It's all QXO. 30,000. I'm down on QXO today. I want to freaking puke. Look at this thing. Oh, by the way, QXO. If I didn't own it now, okay, here it is. You wanted it right here at this close with the gapper. And it's below that at 1972, where year I was born, by the way. Didn't even hold the year I was born, and I'm supporting this bastard. So that's where I. All right. This is the bottom line. Is that these stocks, the following, add to the screen. It might not be that, take off VFC or whatever it might be. It's SU. These stocks are building, still these rounded bases forming. So big. I don't know if I put that here that correctly, but GME. No. You listen. This is the thing about GME. Oh, well, I didn't see that. All right. Price action. I have an opinion. Look at this thing over yesterday. GME. You know what, Sherry? This is what I would do with GME. I didn't see it. I'm not in it anymore. GME is worth lotto calls. You know what I mean? It's either going to, it's going to work. It looks great. It looks great. It looks great. I'm not in it. And I'm either going to buy, I'm either going to be in the position aggressively. And for me, and modesty set aside, and believe me, there's a lot, majority of traders out there are bigger, at least that I know, or is that, it's got to be worth at least 24, for 40,000 shares. And if I buy 40,000 shares of GameStop, at 25, let's say, what is that, $1 million, right? I'd rather buy $100,000 worth of lotto calls, and maybe if they don't work and they get cut in half and it goes awry, I'll only lose $50,000 instead of tying up $1 million in GME and not really working the position that well because I'm probably oversized and micromanaging because I'm here every freaking day watching every tick. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about GME. It's going higher. It looks great. What I have not seen are calls. GME is at 24.55. 24.55. Now I'm giving Sherry quotes on the phone. Sherry, is there something else I can give you? Maybe if you want to score the next game, maybe, or the weather in your local town. I'm giving Sherry quotes over the phone now. That's okay, no problem. I'm a clerk. That's what I do. Anybody else? Let me know. Call me on the side of the road. I'll pull over. Next big trade, our boy. Coach tried to get in touch with next big trade. Remember, small losses are good trades. And give you a verbal, he's right. He's right about that. Happy birthday to me. Boy, Sherry's on a roll. We got to get back to business. I hope it's your birthday and you're watching me on the phone while driving. I hope you have a couple of pops. Be careful. Now let's dissertate on the VIX. Let's dissertate. Let's talk about it. All right. There's a lot of stocks that are weaker than they had been and a lot of stocks making new lows. And for example, which ones are they as I go to the chart? Campbell's Soup. I understand that it might not be. AAOI, by the way, broke too. Campbell's Soup. There you go. After earnings. There's Procter & Gamble. All right, these type of stocks. So, that rotation is prevalent. This is not good at all even. Going to a Friday tomorrow. The Italian charter, Zaccardi, 2 year surged. Look at this, the highest 2 years since August. Whenever you have a 2 year making a surge that hasn't had a move, what month is this? This is freaking March. Since August, bonds and money, is a different situation with that. I don't like the sound of that. I know I don't sound articulate, but still. It is untradeable chop. Let me leave it right there. Okay, that's it. It's untradeable chop. You saw the list. What's taking calls? All right. There's Adam Mancini, untradeable chop. Yeah, you can't have them all. Why am I not in UMAC, if you will? I'm not quite sure. There's a DraftKings that's acting well that seemed to be on the high of the day. So I'm not in these type of things. All right. Vonage, CE. So it's chop. All right. Let's wait until Friday. We're going to have a lot of better set up when, some of these things disseminate. Maybe you get some news on the war, hopefully for the good side on everybody, humanitarian side, if you will. All right. So we'll leave it there. Well, Miser, hold on. Miser, well, let's talk. Good point. All right. I'm in HUN. All right. So I'm not in LYB. I'm in HUN. I'm in CC. And CC. Kem, I got to look long term. Maybe I'm oversized and I'm looking for the, maybe I'm looking for the, the proverbial, lock follow through. You know, when they all pop like CF pops 20% like it did, you know what I mean, but 8%, actually 12%. So, you know, longer term, yeah. I like the way that they're going into tomorrow's OPEX too, because they're going to, you know, they keep going. You know, these dealers are going to want to keep buying these calls into the close. In other words, more gamma. You know, you hear things you don't hear that much anymore. Take it as you want, but I'm hearing HYG now. You know what I mean? I'm hearing I haven't heard HYG in 6 months. Or actually, let's put it back to the last time of the 2-year. Okay? LQD. I'm hearing LQD now. All right? You know, if you don't know what it is, it's the move in the symbols in LQD and HYG are more important than AAOI, ORCL could ever be. If you don't know what they are, I'm not saying you got to trade them and know exactly what you should know what they mean. I'm not saying you should know how to trade them, but it's bigger than us. Much like the war now with lives, HYG and LQD are bigger than us at this point. I'm telling you, take a step back. Take a step back with the chop. You'll learn more reading or knowing what's going on with the LQD and HYG than you probably will learn trying to make any money or catching some sort of move in some sort of trade, believe me. Yes, it is high yield bond share. Very good. Very good. I gotta get out. Don't like it. Poor Jose. He's got to be on cue. I say I'm going to hang up 9 times, and I don't. All right, we'll leave it there. All right. Cheers, everyone. I'll do better tomorrow. Thank you for sharing professionalism. Coach for leading TradeView Markets. Jose behind the scenes. Cheers.